Hello and welcome to another homemaking video. My name is Heaven and today we are doing some Christmas home decor. I am getting ready to begin my Christmas Clean and Decorate with Me series, and today we're going to be starting with my kitchen. So I have a tiered tray decor, coffee bar, hot cocoa bar, some garland, and a few other pieces of Christmas decor inspiration for you guys. So if you are ready to get into the holiday spirit with me and you need some Christmas home decor inspiration, then continue watching because I have got you covered. So the first thing I'm doing is fluffing out my garland that's going to be going around my kitchen window. This is going to be pretty much like the backdrop or the main attraction of my kitchen. So fluffing it out definitely takes a little bit of time, so I went ahead and sped this part up just to spare you guys. So once I got it all fluffed out, I went ahead and started putting it up on the window so that once I got it on the window, I can fluff it out a little bit more to get it exactly how I wanted it to look. I wasn't sure how long it was going to be because I didn't measure it beforehand. So make sure you measure your window before you purchase your garland to save you guys a bit of a headache. So I was a few inches too short with this one, but I got it to work out anyway. And I didn't want to put any clips or nails or hooks or anything like that on my paint. So I went ahead and just put it behind the blind or behind the curtain veil, and it stayed up there pretty well just by tucking the corners behind there. So once I got that up, I went ahead and added a Be Merry Christmas sign that I picked up from Walmart. If you guys haven't checked out my Christmas decor haul, definitely check that out. You guys can see where I got all of these pieces from, the prices, the stores, and all of that good stuff. So I'm also adding another lit garland. This one is a little bit more thin, and I'm just going to be putting this one across the bottom of my windowsill. It has some pine cones, some red berries, and this one was to add a little bit more color because the other garland was just white lights with no berries, no pine cones, no ornaments or anything. So this one here just added a little bit more color. So just putting that one across the bottom of my windowsill with a few of the Christmas Village bottle brush Christmas trees that just gave a little bit of a, winter themed decor here in the kitchen. Next, I am also adding another Merry Christmas sign that matches the one I put above the window. It has all of the different colored, multicolored string lights. It says, "Make it merry," just like the one above the window. So to just tie those in together as a matching set, I went ahead and put this one on the counter and adding more of those Christmas Village flocked Christmas tree bottle brushes and putting those on the bottom shelves of my kitchen, and then just adding a couple of red and white Christmas mugs that we're going to be using for our cocoa and our coffee, just so that we can easily grab them right off the shelf. And then once we're done, we'll just clean them and then put them back on the shelf so that not only is it decorative, but it's also practical because we're going to be using them all season long. Next is the most adorable gingerbread peppermint candy jar canister that I picked up for only $5 at Walmart, and it's super adorable, as well as this peppermint wax warmer. You just put a little tea light candle in the inside of it and then put some wax melts on it. I'm using this Christmas morning one that smells, oh my goodness, so delicious. You guys have to try this scent. It smells so good and fragrant. I love it. It just smells up the whole house. Now for the top corners of my cabinets, I am just using these burlap potted flocked mini Christmas trees with red berries, and it has a little yellow paper ribbon tied around it so that it's not so bare up there, and to add a little bit more of those red berries just like the ones that are across the bottom of the windowsill. And then I'm going to be using an all white tiered tray for a little bit more decor. So I did have to put it together. I ordered it from Amazon, but that took a couple of minutes, as you guys can see. And originally my plan was to use this tiered tray for my cocoa and coffee bar and just set the jars inside of the tray, but the tiered tray was a little bit too small and the mason jars a little bit too large. So I decided to put that on the other side of the counter and opt in for this practical cake dish because I know I'm going to be using this cake dish for the holidays, making cakes for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So why not just use it for decor? That way it can be used as a two-in-one type of thing. Once I need it for the cakes, I can just put the canisters down down onto the counter and then put the cake on top of the cake dish. So aside from the traditional red and white color theme we're going for, I also added a little bit of those tiny wooden decor pieces and some twine to just like tie a little bit of decor around the jars to make it a little bit more merry. And then I'm doing the same thing for the tiered tray. Because I didn't put the mason jars on here, I'm really just going to be decorating it with the tiny little wooden pieces that I picked up like a whole set from Amazon for like $12. And I kind of wish that instead I just went to the store and picked out some pieces that I like, but this will do as well. It still turned out to be super adorable, but as you can see, like I felt like they were just a little bit too flimsy. Either way, I like the way it did turn out. Just more of those Christmas tree bottle brushes, some garland beads, some cocoa bar signs, you know, just all of the warm and cozy feels for Christmas. And then you guys can see I also put a little mini potted Christmas tree in the back with a few flocked pine cones as well. So here, back to the cocoa and coffee setup, I added a little bit more of that twine with the like cocoa and coffee mug wooden pieces to just tie around the mason jars. I only had one originally, but I was like, why don't I just do all three of them? Because I did like the way it turned out. So I went ahead and, you know, put those up there on the cake dish with a couple of little blue snowflakes, and then stuck these here rubber wooden spatulas inside of my utensil holder. One of them says let it snow, one of them says Merry Christmas. I love my little utensils, so I'm not ready to part ways with them for the holiday season. I want to use them to cook all of my holiday meals, but to make it look a little more festive, I went ahead and purchased these here little spatulas that are super adorable. And then of course a merry and bright Christmas towel set. You gotta have a kitchen towel set for the holiday season. It's like the easiest thing to add to the, you know, kitchen to decorate for the holidays. So here is what it's looking like so far with the lights and then without the lights as well. All right, moving right along to try and keep it simple, not going too overboard, just making sure I have just the right amount of decor, you know, without making it look just too overwhelming. I'm now just going to be putting another tiered tray, an all red one, on my all white kitchen table. And this one's going to be practical as well. So the plan here is to use this one just to put some little Christmas treats on it. I have some gingerbread cookies, some Christmas tree cakes, some Christmas tree brownies, and then at the top we're just going to be adding like our salt and pepper shakers, some coasters for our drinks, and probably like a little napkin holder, you know, like I said, just to keep it nice and practical so that we can actually use it, because we do eat at this table every single night and every morning as well. Those Christmas treats go really good with a cup of coffee. Just dip it in there. Oh my goodness, it's definitely a guilty pleasure, but I thought that this was really cute and practical for the holidays and not going overboard. So now that is out the way, back to the cocoa and coffee bar. I am just going to grind up some coffee beans, and then I am also going to be putting some of these mini vanilla jet puffed marshmallows and some of these Belgian chocolate hot cocoa spoons, some Hershey's chocolate mint flavored candy canes, and then the traditional peppermint candy canes, and some hot cocoa mix all inside of the mason jars and around my little hot cocoa and coffee bar. So now that the coffee has grinded up, I am just pouring those coffee grounds inside of one of the red mason jars. We're going to do one red mason jar for coffee, one red mason jar for cocoa, and then of course the marshmallows are going to go inside of the white mason jar. So here, that's what I'm doing, just taking it out of the original canisters and putting inside of the mason jars. I think that these mason jars are 32 ounces, so it should get me through a good week or so, maybe a little less as far as the coffee goes, because we drink coffee every single day, but the cocoa will last quite some times because we just add a few tablespoons of that. And then same for the marshmallows, that should last quite a while too. And then we can always, you know, refill it as we go. Every Sunday when I do my little Sunday reset, I'll just go back and refill the mason jars as needed. So here I'm just adding some chalk stickers to the jars so that I can write on them with like a white chalk marker to, just label it coffee, cocoa, and marshmallows for my husband. I'm more than likely going to remember. Plus, if I open it and it has marshmallows inside of the cocoa, I know it's not coffee. But, just to help my husband out, I'm going to put some signs on there so that he knows what's what. And then also put some of these chocolate mint spoons and candy canes inside of a clear mason jar as well, so that we can add a little bit of flavor and decor to our cocoa and coffee mugs in the morning. So here again is what it is looking like. Just giving you guys a quick little recap of how we transformed this kitchen today and made it a little more festive. Let me know what you guys think and how I did. I hope that you guys liked it and found it to be helpful, inspirational, motivational, and gave you all of the holiday feels and cheers. If you did, I hope that you would give it a thumbs up. And of course, also subscribe to my channel for more homemaking and motherhood inspiration and motivation. But that's going to be all for today's Clean and Decorate with Me video. Next, we're going to be doing the family room and living room, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye.